Well, that's disappointing. Hola, hola mi gente, welcome back to my channel. I am XOJO. I'm here with some New Year's spirit as we dive into my most anticipated reads for 2023. I'm really bad at keeping up with releases, so the fact that these caught my attention just means I'm really excited for them. Even though I'm super excited about all 5, I'm just gonna rank them a little bit in this video. Number 5, The Last Tale of the Flower Bride. I actually have a physical arc of this book, but I haven't gotten to it yet. I'm super excited to dive into this book. I'm a sucker for beautiful covers. I think most of us are, and this cover is just absolutely beautiful. This is an adult debut from author Roshani Chokshi. She wrote The Gilded Wolves, which I know is really popular, and this story is really dark, filled with secrets, and just overall seems really creepy but stunning. The book focuses on a couple that got married. The man believes in myths and fairy tales and legends and marries the heiress of a big fortune. His wife agrees to their union as long as he never pries into her past or her family or any of her childhood. He agrees, and for a while they think everything is gonna work out. They both get what they want and they both care about each other. However, the bride's estranged aunt is dying, and that forces the couple to go to her childhood home. This is where the story gets creepy because the husband starts to see really weird things happening in this house. There's a lot that he obviously doesn't know about his bride, and he starts to pry. Even though his vow was that he would never look into her past, he just can't help himself. The house starts to reveal all these secrets to the groom. He's gonna have to decide whether he pursues the truth or keeps his marriage alive. This book is compared to Mexican Gothic and The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. It's considered haunting, stunning, eerie, and I'm just excited to read it, and I'm shopping around for a special edition. Number 4, This Cursed Light. So this one is actually a sequel to This Vicious Grace, which I talked about in a previous video. The first book was really unique and really fun to read. I love the magic system in there and the lore. It also leaves us on a cliffhanger because we still have to deal with the evil god Crollo from this book. And when our MC Alessa and her beloved Dante start to find out the truth of their world's belief system, well, there's just a lot of questions that haven't been answered. So in the sequel, we are diving back into this world with a bigger war, a bigger threat looming over their heads. The author has been open about writing the sequel and how some of her characters were not functioning the way she wanted them to function in the book, and how she really had to move some characters around and figure out how to tell this story. So I am really curious to see what she was struggling with so much, and also to finally uncover all the secrets that they started to investigate in the first book. Plus, that cover is absolutely beautiful and it pairs so well with the first book. I'm so excited. I wonder what that dagger means. I can't wait. Number 3, Delicious Monsters. I don't know if there's something going on in YA, like are we just all upset with our mothers or think they have a hidden secret or something? Because Delicious Monster also focuses on a mother-daughter relationship, which I read a lot of this year. Not intentionally, it just turned out that way. And Delicious Monster also focuses on a mother hiding secrets, on a house that's really haunted with those secrets, and a daughter trying to discover the truth to her doom, you know? So what really stood out to me in this one though is that Delicious Monster is compared to Haunting of Hill House. I freaking love Haunting of Hill House. The book seemed creepier to me than the show. It's absolutely stunning the way they adapted this story onto the screen. Now, The Haunting of Hill House has this strange timeline to it, and Delicious Monster does as well. It focuses on 2 MCs. We have Daisy and we have Brittany. Daisy's in the past and Brittany's in the present. Daisy sees dead people, and when she arrives to this really creepy home that belongs to her mom, she starts to uncover secrets. The world she's uncovering seems to be more dangerous, and her supernatural abilities are not going to be able to take this secret on. At the same time, we have Brittany, who is an author of horror. The truth is though that she's an absolute sham. She's never had any encounters with the supernatural or any life-changing moments like that. So she decides to go to this house, originally belongs to Daisy and her mother, to experience anything supernatural, paranormal. Both of these timelines are happening at the same time though. So their run-ins with each other are going to be really interesting to read. So these timelines are parallel to each other. We have Daisy going through all of this investigation in the past, and then we have Brittany in the present investigating in the house and its hauntings. And what they uncover is supposed to be super dark and slowly unravel into this chaotic, creepy mess. So I am actually really excited about it, and I can't lie. Aiden Thomas, who is the author of Cemetery Boys and Sunbearer Trials, is also hyping this book up. And because I love Aiden Thomas so much as well, I'm really interested to read this book. This book is overall labeled as a psycho thriller. Number 2, Immortality. This is a sequel to Anatomy, which I also talked about in another book. It was picked as part of Reese Witherspoon's book club. Reese Witherspoon only picks books that center on a female lead and have empowerment. In this case, Anatomy is about a girl in Edinburgh in the 1800s. There's a lot of social expectations on her to get married, but she wants to be a surgeon. So not only does she not want to get married, she wants to be a surgeon, and that just brings a lot of shame to her family. There's like no way she can do it, and she goes on this adventure to make it happen. That's all in the first book. The second book continues her story because the first book leaves us on a huge cliffhanger and a certain letter she receives, and we have no idea what's really going on. I fortunately received an ARC. This book comes out in February 2023. It is absolutely incredible. I freaking loved it so much, but I'm excited to get my hands on a physical copy and read it, and also recommend it to all of you in more detail where I can talk about it more without breaking rules of explaining an ARC. But in this one, we continue her journey and see the consequences of all her decisions from book 1. We also have a lot of real figures from history in this book, but of course told in a fictional way, and it's actually really fun to read. There's a secret society, so if you're a huge fan of dark academia or secret society, this book is definitely for you. I loved it much more than the first book actually, and I feel like that says a lot because most people don't like the sequel more than the first book, but I loved it way more than the first book. It's freaking awesome. Also, let's talk about that cover. Anatomy is really beautiful. If you never really paid attention to the cover of Anatomy, her dress is a heart, and then in Immortality, her dress is a brain. So I just think her covers are really lovely in like this antique academic way. I don't know, maybe it's just me, but I really like them both, and I can't wait to get my hands on the second book. And now for my most anticipated release. This one doesn't even have a title yet. It's the second book to the Sunbearer Trials. I believe it's only a duology, so this should be the last book. The Sunbearer Trials is absolutely amazing. It's featured in my video as my top 2022 release, or at least one of two. But the ending just has so many questions because this was pitched as a Percy Jackson mixed with Hunger Games, but make it Latin. We finished the first book with them going on an adventure, and I just can't wait to read that adventure. I want to know what happens. I want to know what went wrong. I want to know all the family drama, and of course the character development and Naya's jokes. Naya's jokes are the absolute best. She is freaking hilarious. So I'm excited to see what Aiden Thomas is going to name their second book. But as of now, we have no cover, we have no title, but it is still my top anticipated read of 2023. If this is your first video or your third and you're enjoying this content, please subscribe if you're not already subscribed, like and comment. All of those things really help out this channel. I hope we can continue doing this in 2023, and I hope you're safe, smart, have fun out there, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!